Excuse me, ma'am. Quick question for you. Is this your G-Wagon?
It is.
And what do you do for a living out in Las Vegas to be able to afford a G-Wagon?
I have an Airbnb business.
Now, how long have you been a business owner for?
About 3 years.
And over these last 3 years, what's been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
From my businesses last year, we made almost $7 million.
$7 million. Have you ever been broke before?
I have, yes.
You have?
I definitely have. When I used to be a nanny, COVID hit, and so all my jobs were like, oh, we don't really need you anymore. But at the time, like, I had bills to pay, I had all of these expenses, and I was down like my last $20 bill. But, you just have to figure it out.
How old are you now?
21.
And how old were you when you became a millionaire?
20.
20 years old.
Yeah.
You became a millionaire at 20.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Seriously, that's incredible.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was actually unreal. Still, like today, I don't know if I fully processed it, but we found success with Airbnb very quickly. And when we saw that it was successful for us, it was just like, it's a numbers game. The more we scale, the more money we'll make.
Do you come from money?
No, not at all.
Now, for somebody who may be broke right now, for somebody at rock bottom, what is an actionable step that they can take to get really serious about becoming successful and financially free like yourself?
I think a lot of people also think that they need a ton of cash to start businesses, but like even for me, before I started Airbnb, I didn't know that business credit was a thing, and so I would say a lot of people are scared, like when they make a little bit of money, they want to keep the money, but normally you have to actually reinvest it back into the business. I took my money and I rent an Airbnb, and I have to pay the landlord every month, but because I do that, guests pay me more than what I'm paying the landlord. If you find something that you can scale and continue scaling, the amount of money you can make is unlimited.
You have amazing advice. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Excuse me, man. Quick question for you. Is this your Rolls Royce?
Yes, sir.
What do you do for a living?
I own a sun spa tanning franchise that has 75 plus locations in like 13 states.
And how long have you been a business owner for?
Since 2009.
2009.
Yes.
Is it cool if we could ask you a few questions? We go all over the country just asking business owners their advice to young entrepreneurs. Thought you had a beautiful car. I want to know if we asked you just a few questions.
No, yes, obviously.
That's good.
yeah, for sure.
What has been the most amount of money that you ever made in a single year?
Multiple seven figures.
For someone out there, they're trying to scale their income from 6 to 7 figures. What advice would you give them?
The biggest thing is people are control freaks, and there's a really good book. It's like super short, but it's called Great CEOs Are Lazy, and basically says that if you can delegate and somebody can do the task 70% as well as you can delegate it. So like I'm a master delegator, so I find people and I put them in positions to do things. Also, the other thing is I also give people opportunities in a sense of like I will buy a company and give somebody equity, so therefore that's their baby. It's an opportunity that they would have never had previously, and they're doing 95% of the work. I use my team and my resources to help set everything up. If it's a 6-figure profit business where it's it's making 600,000, you're 50-50 partners. Now you're making 300,000, you're literally doing nothing.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Quick question for you.
Yes.
Is this your Rolls Royce?
Actually, sir.
This is your Rolls Royce?
Yes.
And what do you do for a living out here in Tampa to be able to afford a Rolls?
I'm actually an entrepreneur out here.
Yeah?
Yes.
And how long have you been a business owner for?
Since 2019.
I go all over the country just asking business owners their advice to young entrepreneurs. Is it cool if I ask you a few questions for the channel?
Sure.
What has been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
About 2.5 million.
$2.5 million.
Yes.
That's incredible.
It is.
And have you ever been broke before?
Oh, but of course. Several times before, but we've hit our stride and now everything's looking up.
And how old are you now?
I actually just turned 40.
If you were to go back in time and have a conversation with your 20-year-old self when you were starting from zero, what's the best piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
Believe in yourself, because I doubted myself a lot before I actually took that big leap into working on my own.
How did you find that self-belief to make millions of dollars?
Honestly, my husband, he's always go out and get it. You don't know if you don't try. If it was not for him, I wouldn't be here.
How important is it to marry the right person in today's world?
One of the most important things, because if you marry the wrong person, it takes you in the opposite direction of what you're trying to go.
And do you believe in God?
Always.
Yeah?
Yes.
How important has faith been for you throughout your career and throughout your life in general? How important has faith been?
It has been like my number one go-to. It's kind of like my backbone. That's something that I rely on to get through day to day.
As a 7-figure entrepreneur, what's been the best financial advice that you've ever received?
Don't overextend yourself and make sure the money is working for you, not against you.
Excuse me, sir. Quick question for you, man. Is this your Ferrari?
Yeah.
And what do you do for living out in Los Angeles to be able to afford a Ferrari?
I own my own consulting firm.
So you're a business owner?
Yeah.
And how long have you been an entrepreneur for?
6 years.
And over these 6 years, what's been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
Just over about 7.1 million last year.
$7 million.
Yeah.
You're sitting in a Ferrari right now. This is a lot of people's dream car. Tell me the story of how you bought this thing.
I'll be honest with you. I had already offsetted all my taxes for the year, and I just wanted a Christmas gift. So I just went and bought myself a Ferrari cash. When you don't pay taxes, a lot of these types of purchases start to become a little bit different.
So you don't pay taxes?
Oh, no, I don't pay any taxes.
Why is that?
People say that it's patriotic to pay taxes. It is not patriotic to pay taxes. It's it's actually more patriotic to not pay taxes. The government has created this tax system, and it's a legal playbook for us to legally pay the least amount of taxes possible. People need to wake up and utilize that book and not be in the same circumstances of just paying taxes every single year.
As a multiple seven-figure entrepreneur, what's been the best financial advice that you've ever received throughout your career?
Ooh, if you haven't heard of this and you're self-employed, you need to implement the Augusta rule. As long as it's for business, you can rent your house to your business and charge yourself a fee for it. That is an amazing tax strategy at the end of the year.
What are your thoughts on debt as a business owner?
Oh, I love debt. I'm focused on trying to increase my debt actively right now. And the reason why is because debt allows for me to buy more real estate, and in return, I can use that real estate to offset my taxable income. So I love debt. I'm a partner with the bank. I look at me and the banks as we're business partners.
You got amazing advice, sir. Thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate you. How old are you now?
I'm 57.
If you were to go back in time and have a conversation with your 20-year-old self, what is the best advice that you would tell to your younger self?
You got a moment?
Yes, sir.
Let me show you something, all right? See this strip here? This strip here is from 1 to 100. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Now, the average female lives age 81. Average male age 75. So I'm going to put my finger here on 75, and I'm going to tear it. I will probably never see this part of life. If I do, it'd be a blessing. If I don't, I'm not going to be as ambulatory. I can't dunk a basketball then. Give me the same quality of life. All right? Now, I look real young. You may think I'm about 25. I'm really I'm 57. So I put my thumb here on 57, and I'm going to tear it. I'll never see this part of life again. So this part of the ribbon here is all I got left. And maybe your ribbon is a little longer, but you can have one bad sickness, and the quality of the ribbon ain't the same. What you got left is what you got left. Live each day as a life in miniature. Live it on steroids and wake up with gratitude. Thank God I got today is a vote of God saying this is for you. Live it like you dream it.
Question for you, man. Is this your Lamborghini?
Yeah,
Is this your Lamborghini?
it is.
Could I interview you real quick? I have a channel with 7 million followers. I interview business owners all over the country.
Okay.
What do you do for a living out here in Houston?
So I have a digital marketing company,
How long have you been a business owner for?
12 years,
What was the most amount of money that you ever made in a single year?
probably $4.3 million.
4.3 million. Do you come from a lot of money?
No, actually, no. But, we always put God first.
So how important has that faith been for you in the success of your business?
Everything. Faith is everything to me. I do believe when you don't have faith, you don't really have much of anything.
Without faith, you're dead in the water.
Faith without works is dead. So you have to have faith and you have to work, and together you have success.
What was that turning point to financial freedom for yourself?
I believe it's when I graduated from college. I think graduating with $150,000 in student loans was crazy.
Are you a buyer or a seller?
That's a good conversation. I'm a licensed realtor in Florida. And I will say this, a lot of people think, oh, don't rent. No, you actually can rent where you live and you can rent what you own. So there's a different philosophy that I have when it comes down to building equity in real estate. It's building equity, period, because you have to make sure it's a cash flow, it's a good investment.
You know they don't teach that in school, right?
They don't teach it at school, so we got to talk more.
How old are you now?
I'm 36,
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
32.
What did you do to stand out against 99% of other people?
I have a personal brand. I tell everyone I know, I don't care what your occupation is, you need to have a personal brand. Your personal brand drives your business. And I don't take anything personal. Like literally if someone says no, it's like, okay, cool.
You're willing to walk away.
Oh yeah, I'm cool. All money's not good money.
You got amazing advice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate
You're amazing.
that.
God bless.